Where is Nick Rekieta? Is Nick Rekieta live right now?
He is. He's live right now. He is.
Let's go check in on Nick Rekieta.
And we have more viewers than him.
Well, that's alarming.
Let's do a wellness check on Rekieta. Hold on.
Yeah.
He looks skinny as fuck.
Yeah. Are we the only ones who care? Like, does anybody else care?
We've established
I don't
this relationship as an employer-employment relationship, even though it's not actually. You have to establish how you were terminated. That's a hurdle that Gina has to overcome. Hollywood, Hollyweird, whatever, mass media.
He's a good broadcaster.
Is very, very fickle. There are lots of gay people and kid touchers with a lot of money, and they want to make movies, right? They don't always want to make the movie that they wanted to make yesterday because they might see a new person they want to touch. And you're like, huh.
He's like Michael Jackson in the This Is It documentary. You know?
That name, right? Like, you just imagine. MGM studio executives, bring me another unwashed 11-year-old. That's the thing. That they're not talking about like a really, really hot person. They're talking about age.
Oh,
right?
God.
And they're like, well.
That's a good joke.
It's
a Hollywood
10,
Cameron
but
Diaz it's a 10-year-old child.
But now she's 15. At the back.
How many viewers does he have right now?
Anyway. God, I hate Hollywood.
100?
So gross.
1,200.
1,200. That's not bad.
They're not gross. You're like, oh, yeah. John Wick is cool. Keanu Reeves is shooting a bunch of people. Basically mimic the producers of the movie.
What is that wedding ring of his that's made of blue
like, but
plastic?
It is awesome. Like,
it's a
he's a guy's face on a granite counter in John Wick 1.
He loves it.
He's like going straight on. His face stops on the counter because it's granite. And you're like, God. Oh, you hit that harder than Dale Earnhardt.
I'll do a shot with you, Nick.
And you're like, that was awesome. But then you remember that a kid toucher probably was involved in making John Wick. And you're like, that's why they called it
You did, man. Good for you.
Grifty says contract talks about spinoff.
He's got 2,100 viewers on Rumble right now.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Squid Monkey says he's proposing a bill in Congress. Clitoris, Clitoris. Ladies and gentlemen, he found it. Committee for the Liberation and Integration of Terrifying Organisms and the Rehabilitation into Society. Or could bring in the Democrats. That's good. That's good. Sparta 300 says, hey, Nick, can we please talk about butter
I miss him so much.
Don't you fucking get me started.
Who, Nick?
Yeah, I want him to be on our streams.
Modern butter dish? Have you bought one of these things? Why? Don't they have handles? Little glass handle. Bloop. That's all you need. Why don't they have a handle? You say you got to grab the side of the butter dish. Oh, I don't know. Do you have children? Have you ever even seen a child? Hollywood has. Have you seen a child use butter? They get butter everywhere. It's all over the bottom of the dish. It fits inside like a saucer, but it's rectangular sauce. I don't know what a rectangular saucer thing fits in. Kids slap butter all over the edges of that shit. And then they put the lid just right down on globs of butter everywhere. It's everywhere. So you're like, oh, I just want some butter. And you grab it and you're like, ew. Oh, God, it was like grabbing an Italian. It's so gross. Oh, I hate it.
Whoa.
It's like put a handle on top. They used to put handles on top back when they did things right, back when they were American made, back in the 50s where women were at home. And the men put the handles on the butter dish because the women asked them to. But now women aren't home. And all the men are single. They don't even know you need a handle because they don't use the butter dish. It's an ashtray that's upside down. When I go to Target the next time, if I don't see a butter dish with a fucking handle, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. I'm so mad. I bought like 5 butter dishes because I put one in the microwave. Don't ask why you put a butter dish in the microwave. There was no butter on this dish, but don't ask why. It doesn't matter. That's not Pyrex. You can't microwave a glass butter dish that isn't Pyrex. It launches glass shards into every fucking county around you. Don't do it unless you're trying to kill people in your house. Then do it twice. Don't microwave a butter dish, but just put a handle on top. So I've had to buy butter dishes. Wash your hand. Warm water. I don't know. Use a paper towel. Just
do you know what he's talking about right now?
Oily.
No.
No.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I like it. He's a good, like he's doing stand-up. He hangs out with a lot of comedians now, and so he's got a good like flow But I mean, I think you had to understand what he was saying, to start with. He's really funny, man. Nick Rekieta is one of the funniest dudes and charismatic.
Oh yeah, no, I've spent a good amount of time with Nick on on trips. He's fun.
Camelot 331 goes, y'all remember Nick? He was fun.
That was
That
your
makes me
boy.
sad. Yeah.
This is a terrible. I paused this thing on Nick, and I realized this is such a terrible image of him. He reminds me of Gollum here.
Oh, Snake says, I'm telling Andrea. Andrea knows. I told her what I'm getting it for. Oh, my God. It's his eyes, dude. It's his eyes, man. Haunted. Haunted, like, look on Nick's face.
What does he see?
Yeah, what's he doing?
I like
Whatever.
the glass just shows up.
With the, like, skull and crossbones. So it isn't really there. That's just like that's not emblazoned on the glass. That's just there. Like, that's a trick of the light. But it's a warning, By the way, the skull in the glass looks healthier than Nick does. It's got more meat on its bones than Nick does.
Nick Cicada.
Nick Cicada. Oh no! How come he won't come in here? Like, what's he doing?
Well, he's doing a stream right now, so
Yeah, but like he hasn't like co-hosted anybody in a while.
I'll invite him on Jack tomorrow.
I'll be amazed if he shows up. Nolan Lockhart says, why won't Nick stream with me? He looks haunted. He does. I don't mean that as an insult. I'm worried about him.
Fuck, this is a terrible still image. He's got a whiskey glass with a skull across.
Find another one. Camelot says he ain't going to come on. Why not? Camelot, why not?
He looks gaunt.
I mean, if he stayed, like, Nick, come stay here for a little while. You don't understand. Like, like, if you spend 2 weeks with me, you'll put on 50 pounds.
Easily.
Easily. The way we eat around here.
Holy shit.
Oh, Cecil, I ordered Italian today. Fucking just amazing baked ziti, pizzas, garlic knots, just fucking tons of pasta for dinner. Fantastic.
Just for breakfast, you ordered like 40 breakfast sandwiches for 4 people.
Yeah, we did that this morning. Oh my God. Italian hoagies. It's phenomenal. And I mean, Nick needs that. You could say, oh, that's terrible. Yeah, but look, Nick needs that. He could use a little bit of a few carbs to absorb the alcohol. Be good for him. Put on a few pounds there. Puff out that face. He looked good like 6 months ago.
He looked fine when I saw him in Tennessee. When was that? September?
Yeah.
He looked fine. He's definitely a lot skinnier. Like, he didn't have these where you could see the actual lines in his skull.
Yeah, the veins like going up like that. By the way, what would be better, like him staying with me or me staying with him? Like, we need each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he's got to stay with you. I think if you go with him, I think you're the overcoming force. I think wherever you go, someone's getting fat.
I think that's true, yeah.
I think
because food is so good. Like, it's much easier to just convince somebody to enjoy something that's good. Like, Nick would have to be like, there is no food, Ethan. There's no fucking food, but there's whiskey. There's lots of whiskey. And I'd be like, okay, I got to, adjust to that. But I mean, if I were like, Nick, look at this. Holy shit, look at this spread of like fucking Italian food, cheesecakes, all kinds of cool shit. Nick would get into it. He'd be thankful for it. And it would change his life easily. And I'd be like, yo, let's go get our backs waxed. You know what I mean? Like, and he'd be like, cool, man. My lifestyle's great. Like, people would want to live my lifestyle. Let's go get our toenails done, our backs waxed, and then order some fucking Italian food. Smoke some cigars in the backyard. It's all good.
They had. It was so weird. He booked the hotel for me in Houston, but I forget what name he used. He didn't use Cecil. He didn't use my real name. He used like, I forget what he did, Jack Show or something, like just something that I'd never know. And there's like a list of hundreds of people, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck, I can't get him on the phone. And he's all of a sudden he just comes walking into the fucking lobby. He's got nothing on but a towel. For real. He's on acid and he's fucking locked himself out of his room. And I was like, Nick, perfect. And he fucking got me my key. But it was so funny.
Nick on acid, dude. Wow.
He's fucking naked. He's just got a towel on in the fucking lobby. Barefoot. But got me my room. Came through. He comes through.
This man doesn't know how much he's loved. He's living in a hell right now. He doesn't realize that people love him and want to stream with him, want to see that he's doing okay.